Hi everybody, Shannon Petrovich with Therapist Talks. Creating a great self-care day. When someone asks you to do more self-care, do you draw a blank? Have you basically taken care of everyone else for so long you don't even know how to take care of yourself? Well, you're in good company. There are many who struggle with self-care, and so today's video is for you. Everyone is unique, so some things will click for some folks and other things for others. And in the words of AA, if it fits, let it sit. If it don't apply, let it fly. First of all, let's take a moment to assess your current state. Are you emotionally drained? Do you feel completely tapped out? Like if someone asks one more thing of you, you're likely to bite their head off or completely implode. Do you feel you've been doing so much for others for so long you've completely lost yourself, lost your way, and fallen into despair? When you do have time for yourself, do you fall into a vegetative state in front of the TV or your phone? Or are you more physically drained? Have you been on the go for so long that you feel like caffeine and other drugs are the only things holding your head up? Do you have to then take something to get to sleep because you're so jacked up on stress you can't wind down? Is the pure exhaustion from this cycle so debilitating that you've developed headaches and other ailments and feel like you want to just run away from it all? Or are both of the above true for you? Are you burning the candle at both ends and in the middle? Well, let's start with some basics of self-care. The most basic is breathing. I remember probably 30 years ago, I was taking Tai Chi and had some acupressure sessions at the same time. The instructor practitioner pointed out that I wasn't breathing, like hardly at all. He said that breathing is part of being part of the world, and not breathing is some sort of self-deprecating attempt to not be part of life. Well, this caught my attention in a big way, and I talked about it with my therapist as well. I noticed in my extreme stress and self-neglect, I was literally neglecting to even breathe. And as I've worked with thousands of people over the years, I know this is more common than not. So the first part of your self-care is to notice your breathing. Take time to just sit quietly, preferably somewhere completely peaceful, and preferably where the only sounds are natural sounds rather than human-made sounds. This is so healing and rejuvenating, and yet how often do we do this? Breathe in and out deeply and slowly. Imagine that your lungs are balloons and you inflate them completely all the way into your diaphragm or belly on every in-breath, and then collapse them completely on every out-breath. Sit and do this for many minutes, gradually slowing and deepening your breathing. And notice how everything calms and slows within you. Number 2, the second most basic and crucial thing is how we nourish ourselves. We need at least a gallon of water and many colors of fruits and vegetables to nourish our bodies every day. When we ingest garbage all day, every day, we are becoming toxic to ourselves. As we're trying to get rid of toxic people in our lives, we must also get rid of other toxic habits. You may not be able to do this all at once, but just for today, let go of something toxic and add in something nourishing. Number 3, moving your body. This goes along with breathing and nourishing. Our bodies were created to move, and when we move, we feel better, and when we are sedentary, we feel and become sick. This may be anything from simple stretching to walking, running, hiking, rock climbing, water activities like kayaking, paddleboarding, swimming. The list is endless. Pick what will work for you and your body and do something. There are even chair yoga, Tai Chi, and other stretches for anyone who's not able to do more active things. Number 4, rest. If you are physically exhausted, you may need rest. If you're more emotionally exhausted, though, rest may be counterproductive, as your body is not tired, and lying down might actually make you feel worse. When you're emotionally tired, you need to do something physical to get out of your head and out of your emotional struggles. Often people will plug into TV and other screens, and this just shifts your attention rather than healing and helping yourself to rejuvenate. So if you're physically tired, rest, but if it's more emotional, don't indulge in lying down. Get out and move. Number 5, nature. There is a lot of science out about the healing effects of nature. We literally need to be outdoors, breathe fresh air, and be a part of nature. Even if it's a walk in a park or sitting for a time outside, it's crucial to make nature part of your self-care. For me, I need to be in places where there are no human sounds, only nature sounds. Places where I can see trees and water or wide open spaces, like we have here in the desert, where the sky is bluer and the air is cleaner. Again, if you live in a city and this isn't possible, find a park or even in your yard, or even create a peaceful spot in your home with plants to feed this need. Number 6, clarify the voices in your head. What are yours and what are the critical, judgmental, harsh messages that are likely originating from someone abusive in your life? It may help to journal this out so you have clarity and can then ignore the internal critic and empower the voice that is genuinely you. Number 7, be gentle with yourself. Act as if you're taking your best friend out for a day of rejuvenation. Talk to yourself kindly, encouragingly, supportively. Ask yourself what would feel good, what would positively impact you right now. What do you want to do that would be healthy and rejuvenating? Number 8, slow down and notice what that feels like. If you're doing all of the above to any degree, you will be able to slow your actions, thoughts, breath, and emotions. As you slow, notice what it feels like to be present with yourself. This is fleeting, as you will likely still have thoughts bouncing into your to-do list and other areas. But with practice, you'll be able to just be present. Be still, quiet your thoughts, notice nature, notice how your body and mind feel when they're quieter, and relish in it. As we notice, we can internalize this feeling and even take it with us into our busy lives, quieting and calming ourselves, staying present with ourselves, supportive and nurturing while going about our busyness. Number 9, make a commitment to practice in small ways daily and in bigger ways as often as you can. When we are really burned out, we feel we can't do anything about it unless we go for a week-long retreat to an expensive spa, which I certainly can't afford. But that's not true. We can all make a daily practice of self-calming, self-nurturing, self-nourishing, and being part of nature. And we can do more on our days off to find a bit longer break from the hectic drive of life. And then once or twice a year to find that rejuvenating vacation. No one will do this for you, and you can literally kill yourself by not taking care of yourself. The above self-care strategies are crucial to continuing to function in our lives, and even more important if you're coming out of an abusive relationship and are trying to regroup and recoup yourself and your life. Be good to you. You're the only one who can do it, so learn what works for you and commit to it. If you've appreciated this video, please like, please subscribe, and please share on your social media. You never know when something you might share might help somebody else. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you again soon.